past few weeks in Tyneside have been marked by a climate that mixes silence and unease. Anyone walking the streets near St. James Park can feel something in the air, as if an untold story is about to be revealed. In the pubs, over a pint or two, the subject takes center stage. Newcastle United recently went through an episode that still stirs the soul of its supporters, and when it involves a local lad, born and raised in the heart of Geordieland, the impact is even greater. Before diving into the details of this episode that still sparks heated debates, here's a quick message. If you're passionate about Newcastle United, this is the place for you. Here we bring the news, the behind-the-scenes stories, and the analysis that help us all understand what's really happening at the club we love. So, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow and allows us to keep producing the content that unites and informs our fan base. The feeling that the club lost more than just a player still lingers. It isn't just about numbers or statistics, but about what makes Newcastle so different. The connection between the team and its people. A young lad from the streets of Whitley Bay, carrying the dreams of thousands of supporters, is now shining elsewhere. What exactly happened for such a valuable talent to leave for a fee many consider far too small compared to his potential? And this is where it becomes even more painful. The decision was not driven by footballing ambition, but by administrative necessity. The club was forced to act quickly to comply with the dreaded PSR, the Premier League's financial regulations that have already kept many executives awake at night. It was a choice that seemed unavoidable, yet it left deep scars. And now, as we see the player growing and proving his quality to the world, the big question arises, is there still a chance of a return? Here comes the revelation. According to Chronicle Live, there is no buyback clause in Elliot Anderson's contract with Nottingham Forest. This means that, should Newcastle ever want him back, they would have to pay his full market value, which is already far higher than the £35 million received for his sale. Today, some even say Anderson could easily be worth double that, edging close to the £100 million mark. This news hit the fanbase like a bucket of cold water, crushing the hope that the deal might have included some kind of safeguard. Many supporters believed that, in time, there could be a loophole to bring Anderson back to St. James's Park. But the reality is brutal. There are no shortcuts. The road to a potential return is long, costly, and uncertain. It highlights the weight of that decision made in June 2024, when the club was pressed by financial deadlines. Now 22, Elliot Anderson has become a key figure at Nottingham Forest and even earned his place in the England squad, proving that the talent nurtured in Newcastle's academy was always ready for the bigger stage. He himself recently admitted that he might never have received the call-up had he stayed in Tyneside, showing that, as painful as the move was, it opened doors for his career. His honesty only adds to the dilemma supporters feel. Meanwhile, within Newcastle, the episode stands as a warning. Under the leadership of new CEO David Hopkinson and with a new sporting director soon to be appointed, the board knows they cannot repeat the mistakes of the past. Losing such gifted youngsters because of financial struggles is a wound that takes years to heal. The club must build stronger foundations to ensure this does not happen again, something that also occurred in the past with names like Godza Beardsley and Chris Waddle. And if you've made it this far into the video, it shows you truly feel both the pain and pride tied to Elliot Anderson's story. So take this moment, subscribe to the channel to never miss a detail of what happens at Newcastle United. Our mission is to deliver deep analysis, presented clearly and honestly, covering both behind the scenes and confirmed news. Your subscription keeps this work alive. Looking back at Anderson's case, what's clear is that selling him wasn't just about losing a player, it was about losing a symbol. After all, it isn't every day that a local lad breaks through into the first team, especially one with such expectations around his career. Supporters feel that the club didn't just let go of talent, but also a piece of its own identity, and that weighs far more heavily than any entry on a balance sheet. Anderson's departure also underlines another issue, the growing pressure the PSR puts on rising clubs like Newcastle. The need to meet financial targets and tight deadlines can force decisions that, on the pitch, feel unthinkable, and this hasn't only happened to the Magpies. Other clubs have suffered the same, but in Newcastle's case, the loss was someone who embodied the very heart of the team. The words of a supporter who said they'd accept even a 6-point deduction just to keep him became almost a collective outcry. That phrase captures just how much Anderson meant, not only as a footballer but as someone carrying the spirit of the city. That kind of bond is rare in the modern game, and when it's lost, it leaves deep scars. Now, as he grows and earns recognition elsewhere, fans can't help but wonder, could it have been different? According to Chronicle Live, the main source of this information, there is absolutely no clause easing a possible return. Anderson's deal with Forest runs until 2029, and if he keeps developing, he's likely to renew on even better terms. This means that the longer time passes, the further away the dream of seeing him back at St. James Park drifts. For Newcastle, the only option is to look ahead and avoid repeating such mistakes. If you believe Newcastle must grow stronger and learn from episodes like this, hit subscribe here on the channel. That simple action ensures you'll continue receiving analysis, behind-the-scenes insights, and stories often missed by traditional media. This space is for fans who want to understand the club beyond the 90 minutes on the pitch. In the end, the truth about the buyback clause, or rather, the absence of one, shows how ruthless football can be. Financial decisions can shape not only the present, but also the future of a club and its fan base. Elliot Anderson may now be shining elsewhere, but Newcastle must live with the reality that this chapter won't have a happy ending anytime soon. Yet hope never dies in Tyneside, and the challenge for the club is to make sure they never again sacrifice their future for the sake of financial spreadsheets.